Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Fluent English, the podcast. My name is Ethan English, and today we begin something powerful. We will not only learn words or grammar, we will learn the secret habits that make English fluency real. Because fluency is not a gift, and it is not magic. Fluency is a skill, and skills grow when you practice them, step by step, every single day. Let me tell you a short story. Two students started learning English at the same time. The first student was very excited. She bought grammar books, downloaded apps, and studied hard for 2 weeks. But then she stopped. She said, "I'm too busy. I'm too tired." The second student was different. He did not study for hours. He only spent 10 minutes a day. He listened to an English podcast while drinking coffee. He wrote one sentence in his journal before bed. He practiced one small habit every day. After 6 months, the first student forgot almost everything. But the second student could speak, write, and think in English, step by step, habit by habit. So here is the truth. English success does not come from big promises. It comes from small habits. Today, you and I will discover 5 powerful habits of successful English learners. These habits are simple, practical, and real. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a big plan. You just need to do them every day. And the best part? You will not only listen, you will repeat. You will shadow. You will practice with me. Step by step, habit by habit, your English will grow. So take a deep breath. Smile. Sit comfortably. Because today is not just another lesson. It is the beginning of your new habit. The first habit of successful English learners is simple. Daily input. What does this mean? It means listening, reading, or watching something in English every single day. Not once a week, not only when you feel motivated, every day. Imagine this. Every time you listen to a song, watch a short video, or read a few lines of an article, your brain collects English. Like drops of water filling a glass, little by little, the glass becomes full. I remember one learner named Anna. She listened to a 10-minute podcast every morning while making breakfast. At first, she understood very little, but she kept listening every day. After 3 months, she told me, "Ethan, I can finally understand whole sentences." That is the power of daily input. Shadowing practice. Repeat after me. Speak out loud. I listen to English every day. I read one short article. I watch an English video. I listen to a podcast in the morning. I read before bed. Good job. These short sentences are simple, but they are the first step to building the habit. Now let's make the sentences longer and more natural. Repeat after me. I usually listen to an English podcast while I eat breakfast. Every night, I read a few pages of an English book before sleeping. I watch short English videos online and repeat the sentences I hear. I learn new words from the subtitles when I watch a movie. Daily input makes me feel connected to English every single day. Mini dialogue practice. Now let's practice like a real conversation. I will ask and you will answer. Ready? Do you listen to English every day? You. Yes, I listen to. Say your answer. What do you usually listen to? You. I usually listen to music, podcast, news. Do you read in English before bed? You. Yes, I read. No, I don't. How many minutes do you practice English input? You. I practice for minutes every day. Excellent. This is how you connect input to your real life. So let's review habit 1, daily input. You don't need hours. You don't need to be perfect. You just need a little English every day. 10 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, even 2 minutes on the bus. Daily input is like food for your English brain. Without food, you feel weak. With food, you feel strong. So promise yourself today, I will listen. I will read. I will watch in English every single day. This small habit will change your life. The second habit of successful English learners is speaking out loud. Many learners read silently. They listen quietly, but when it's time to speak, their mouth is frozen. Their brain knows the words, but their tongue does not move. Why? Because they never practice speaking out loud. Imagine a musician who only reads notes but never plays the guitar. He knows the music in his head, but his fingers do not know the strings. English is the same. You must train your mouth, your voice, your muscles. One of my students, David, used to be shy. He only studied grammar books. Then he tried self-talk. Every morning, he spoke out loud while walking to work. The sun is bright. I feel good. Today, I will do my best. After a few months, David felt natural. He stopped translating. He simply spoke. Shadowing practice. Repeat after me. Speak loudly and clearly. I speak out loud. I practice English with my voice. I say one sentence every morning. I talk to myself in English. I repeat after Ethan. Great work. These sentences are short, but when you speak them every day, your confidence grows. Now let's make the sentences longer and more natural. Repeat after me. I usually practice speaking out loud when I walk outside. Every morning, I describe what I see in English. The sky is blue, the birds are singing. I repeat after a podcast and shadow the speaker's voice. Speaking out loud helps me stop translating in my head. The more I speak, the more confident I feel. Mini dialogue practice. Now let's try a short conversation. I ask and you answer. Ready? Do you practice speaking out loud every day? You. Yes, I say your answer. What do you usually say when you talk to yourself? You. I say, describe your answer. Do you speak English when you walk outside? You. Yes, I. No, I don't. How do you feel when you speak out loud? You. I feel confident, happy, strong. Excellent. Every answer you say is practice. Every word you speak is one step closer to fluency. So let's review habit 2, speaking out loud. Do not stay silent. Do not only read or listen. Use your voice. Say one sentence in the morning. Describe what you see. Repeat after a podcast. Talk to yourself. At first, it feels strange, but with practice, it becomes natural. Remember this: silent learners stay silent. Loud learners become fluent. So promise yourself today, I will speak out loud every day. The third habit of successful English learners is writing reflection. What does that mean? It means writing a short sentence about your day, your feelings, or your goals. In English, not a big essay, not a perfect story, just 1 or 2 sentences every day. I remember one learner named Sophia. Every night before bed, she opened her notebook. She wrote one simple line. Today I studied for 10 minutes. Or, today I felt tired, but I kept going. At first, she thought this is too small. But after 3 months, she had a notebook full of English sentences. And when she read them again, she realized, this is my life in English. Writing reflection is not about perfection. It is about connection with your mind, with your progress, and with your English. Shadowing practice. Repeat after me. Write with your voice. I write one sentence in English. I write about my day. I write before bed. I keep a small English journal. Good job! These short sentences are your first step to building the habit. Shadowing practice. Now let's make the sentences longer and more natural. Repeat after me. Every night, I write one short reflection in English before I sleep. I write about what I did today and how I felt. Sometimes I write my goals. Tomorrow, I will wake up early. Writing reflection helps me see my progress step by step. My journal is a story of my English journey. Mini dialogue practice. Now let's practice together. I ask and you answer. Do you write in English every day? You. Yes, I. No, I. What do you usually write about? You. I write about my day, my feelings, my plans. Do you write before bed or in the morning? You. I write before bed in the morning. How do you feel when you read your old sentences? You. I feel proud, happy, motivated. Excellent. Your journal is your personal teacher. So let's review habit 3, writing reflection. One sentence a day. One line in your notebook. Simple, small, powerful. Over time, these sentences become your story. They show you how far you have come. Remember this: if you can write it, you can say it. So promise yourself, I will write one English sentence every day. The fourth habit of successful English learners is micro goals. What are micro goals? They are very small, clear targets you can reach every day. Not, I will be fluent in 1 year. That is too big. Instead, I will learn one new word today. Or, I will speak one English sentence before lunch. Think about building a house. If you only look at the roof, the work feels impossible. But if you lay one brick every day, slowly the house appears. One of my learners, Ahmed, wanted to improve fast. At first, he tried to memorize 50 words in 1 week. He failed and felt frustrated. Then he changed. He learned only one new word a day. After 6 months, he had almost 200 new words, and he remembered all of them. That is the magic of micro goals. Shadowing practice. Repeat after me. I set small goals every day. I learn one new word. I speak one English sentence. I practice for 5 minutes. I take one small step every day. Good job. These are small steps, but they are real steps. Now let's make the sentences longer and more natural. Repeat after me. I set one clear goal every morning to guide my practice. My micro goal today is to learn and use one new word. Small daily goals keep me motivated and focused. When I achieve micro goals, I feel strong and confident. Micro goals make big dreams possible, step by step. Mini dialogue practice. Now, let's practice a short dialogue. I ask and you answer. Do you set goals for your English? You, yes, I say your answer. What is your micro goal today? You, today I will learn one word, write one sentence. Do you prefer one big goal or many small goals? You, I prefer small goals, big goals. How do you feel when you reach your micro goal? You, I feel proud, happy, motivated. Excellent. Every small goal builds your confidence. So let's review habit 4, micro goals. Not big promises, not heavy plans, just one small action every day. Learn one word, speak one sentence, write one line. These small goals create big results. Remember this, small wins build big victories. So promise yourself, I will set one micro goal in English today. The fifth habit of successful English learners is creating a positive environment. Your environment shapes your mind. If everything around you is in your native language, English feels far away. But if you surround yourself with English, music, books, friends, movies, English becomes part of your life. Think about children. They do not study grammar first. They grow up in an environment full of language. They hear it, they see it, they feel it every day. That environment teaches them naturally. One learner I know, Maria, loved music. She started listening to English songs every morning while brushing her teeth. She sang along, even with mistakes. After a few months, she noticed something. Her pronunciation became smoother, her confidence stronger. Why? Because her environment was full of English. The more you fill your world with English, the easier it is to grow. Shadowing practice. Repeat after me. I listen to English music. I watch movies in English. I read English books. I follow English podcasts. I make English part of my life. Good. These simple steps create a strong environment for learning. Now let's make the sentences longer and more natural. Repeat after me. I enjoy listening to English songs and singing along with the lyrics. When I watch movies, I use English subtitles to learn new words. I follow English podcasts during my commute or daily walk. Surrounding myself with English helps me think in English. A positive environment makes English learning feel natural and fun. Mini dialogue practice. Now, let's practice a short conversation. I ask, you answer. Do you listen to music in English? You, yes, I, say your answer. Do you watch movies or TV shows in English? You, yes, I watch. What English book or podcast do you enjoy? You, I enjoy. Name a book or podcast. How does English in your environment make you feel? You, I feel happy, motivated, confident. Excellent. Every answer builds your English environment stronger. So let's review Habit 5, Positive Environment. Surround yourself with English, songs, shows, books, and friends. Your environment teaches you more than you realize. Remember this: the language around you becomes the language inside you. So promise yourself, I will create a positive English environment every day. Now, my friend, it's your turn. You listened, you repeated, you shadowed my voice. But fluency does not come only from listening. It comes when you speak. So here's the challenge. Pause this video, take a deep breath, and talk about your habits. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't worry about grammar. Just speak, one habit at a time. Start simple. Use these prompts. My habit is daily input. My habit is speaking out loud. My habit is writing reflection. My habit is setting micro goals. My habit is creating a positive environment. Good. That's your foundation. Now make it stronger. Say, today I listened to. Today I spoke about. Today I wrote. Today I learned. Today I surrounded myself with. Excellent. Every time you speak out loud, your habits grow stronger. Remember, small actions build big results. So don't stay silent. Speak now. Record yourself if you can. Listen again. Improve a little tomorrow. Step by step, sentence by sentence, habit by habit, you are becoming fluent. Before we finish, let me share one last story. A student of mine once said, "Ethan, I don't have time. I'm too busy." So I asked her, "Can you give me 2 minutes a day?" She laughed and said yes. For 2 minutes, she listened to a podcast. For 2 minutes, she wrote one short line. For 2 minutes, she spoke out loud. 6 months later, she looked at me and said, "I can finally speak with confidence." So remember this: fluency is not built in one day. It is built by habits, daily input, speaking out loud, writing reflection, micro goals, positive environment. These 5 habits are simple, but they are powerful. One word today, one sentence tomorrow, one page next week. Step by step, your English will grow. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start with what you have. Smile, breathe, and keep going. Because every habit you practice today creates the fluent English of tomorrow. If this lesson helped you, like this video. Subscribe to Fluent English the podcast. Share it with a friend who wants to grow. And come back tomorrow, because tomorrow is another chance to practice, another chance to shine. Until next time, keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.